Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think for games like those, like yeah, it should be 4-on-4, not 3-on-3.
Mm,
Save the 3-on-3 for like preseason, regular season games.
yeah.
When it comes to like championship deciding games, I it, yeah, it's either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5. Yeah. But like maybe for like the quarterfinals or something, maybe 4-on-4, like
Hmm.
the semis 4-on-4.
Yeah.
But like for all the marbles, you got to go 5-on-5. You have to,
Mhm.
because
There's
why
too much
wouldn't you want
ice.
your five best guys?
Right.
And that's the thing. It's a game of inches.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want your five best players on at any given time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cut it down to three. Like yeah, you can mix and match, but like that's rolling the dice. Like you might have three offensively gifted superstars, but not a lick of them know how to play defense.
Hmm.
That puck gets turned over. You don't have two defensemen there to try to help mitigate the situation. It goes the other way. It's a 2-on-0, it's a 3-on-0, and the other three guys are still stuck in the other blue line.
Yeah.
I'd rather go 5-on-5.
Yeah. Or you get two or three guys puck watching, like we got Sonic Gold Medal game. I know. Here comes Jack Hughes down the slot. No one watching not watching where the trailer is.
Yeah, everybody's just watching one direction, or you've got like three guys behind the goal line, and nobody's paying attention to what's happening. And the goalie can be sitting there screaming and hollering, and nobody's listening to him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Because again, I was watching that game. I was watching that gold medal game with friends at the restaurant, and the minute I saw Jack Hughes come into the screen down Main Street, I thought my head I was like, this game's over. That's it.
Yeah.
Down Main Street,
Yeah.
no one near him. Picked a corner.
Unfortunate.
Like that. That to me was like, oh boy, that's what can happen in 3-on-3, and for this World Cup. So I mentioned no qualifying tournaments, so I'll ask both of you: if we don't get Russia back in 2028, who is the nation that you think that should be a number 18 or that eight team coming in? Who do you think should be that 8 team to replace Russia then coming in?
Well, who is it right now? So it would be Canada, Finland, Sweden, US, Czechia.
Mm-hmm.
That's five.
Yeah. So
Am I missing anyone like standard?
Finland's there as well. So
Yeah.
Czechia, Slovakia.
Slovakia.
I think it's going to be yeah. So I know the league hasn't formally announced who's going to be in there yet, but
Yeah, but
I think
those
that's
are
pretty.
like the typical. So there would be like two like wild card-esque teams
Mm-hmm.
ish. See, okay. This is why take us back to like 2016 and just do it that way. Give me my team North America, my team Europe. I missed those teams. Was that 2016 or 2017?
2016.
Yeah, because one, those jerseys were cool. And two, that was fun. Seeing some guys play together that you never thought you'd ever see play together. I think the continent teams was a fun way to go. Because realistically, who are you gonna put in? Like Italy and France? Like
I mean, you could,
it,
yeah, it's
it
tough.
would be fun if they did like Kenya or something, or like
Team Jamaica.
Team Jam. Like one of the like fun up and coming hockey teams. Yes, they would get creamed, but like one of the fun up and coming hockey teams. Would they ever do that? No, because they have one shared brain cell.
Yeah. Well, like we said on Zone Time a few years ago on Zone Time, it's time for Team West Indies. There's enough players among the NHL and the AHL, ECHL, college hockey who you could have who are of West Indian descent who could make up a Team West Indies.
This is true.
Yeah,
Ah,
absolutely.
Batman. You'd have to credit us.
Yeah,
Not us, but Zone Time
because I remember
via Avry.
yes, I remember it. Tic Tac in 2022, Tic Tac Tomar made an actual roster. He made 4 lines and 2 goaltenders of West Indian players for a Team West Indies.
Done. Just like Norman Powell is playing for Team Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hmm.
Make the thing happen.
Yeah. And again, and remember, this isn't a double IHF sanctioned event. So technically
Yeah.
nationality, you can play with
You
nationalities.
can do whatever the hell you want. Like,
Yeah,
what are we
exactly.
waiting for?
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
qualification you have to abide by. There's no IHF standard you're meeting in this tournament. You can do whatever the hell you want with that.
You actually just they literally just pulled playing a round robin in Prague and in Calgary
Yeah.
out of their ass. You can do anything you want.
Yeah. So I just hate actually, so I'll ask you, Troy, who do you think should be at that team that replaces Russia if we don't get Russia in 2028?
um, Germany, France, Jamaica. I don't know, a second Canadian squad.
Like, again, this is all
Actually be kind of funny.
yeah, like this is all made up. And I hate the fact the
Yes.
NHL I hate the fact the NHL is going, "Oh, we want to make it we don't want to have fictional teams. We don't want to have made up teams. We want to be serious." Like, come on.
Oh my god, what's that
Come
league
on.
called? What did they call it in the stupid book? Stupid show. Do the fucking heated rivalry teams.
Mhm.
Like, I just
I don't know.
my thing is like, here's the thing again, Marsha, too. The fans want a return of Team North America and Team Europe. The fans want that back. A lot of fans want that to return, and you're gonna keep saying
They're just
nope,
like la 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 la
no,
la la la.
like
They
no,
say like I refuse to acknowledge. Yeah, that's a thing that we did, but like we no.
like
Anything good that the league does, in through one, out the other.
like
Like, why are you shooting yourself in the foot?
like. I wish I was in Florida for the presser today where they had Daly and Bettman because I would have loved to have asked how I understand you have enough players for 6 nations. I would love to have asked how you don't have the league does not have enough numbers for 8 full separate nations. So how are you going to get around the fact that you don't have double IHF cooperation? How are you going to get around that? Because that would you would need leagues to pause their seasons, which fall under double IHF jurisdictions. And it sounds like they don't want to do that. So how are you filling 2 more teams with nations you don't have enough players for 8 separate nations or in the NHL only?
The miscellaneous team.
Like
The one guy from Australia.
Nathan Walker.
Yes.
Yeah, like come on, NHL, be real here. You don't have
No.
enough nationalities
You're
for
asking
eight
too much,
different
Avery.
teams among your own players. Like, be, have a you don't do Team Europe, have a Team World. Have
Leon
something.
Draisaitl and Tim Stutzla with Nathan Walker.
Be yeah, like be absurd. Be silly. Like
Yeah. And like just they don't have the gall.
no, like one of our show guests, Isaac Phillips, played for Team Jamaica.
Something fun.
Like
I implore you, National Hockey League. Stop yappa 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 and do.
it's wild. It's funny because I understand the league wants to make the World Cup of Hockey prestigious, but brothers, this tournament has been so stop startish my entire life. let's be real here. This tournament went 96, 04, 2016, and now 2028. Be so for real. Be so
Like
for real.
you're more likely to see like three shooting stars in that kind of time span.
Yeah.
Like what?
More
Like the
chances of
spacing
an
doesn't make
asteroid
any
skimming
sense.
the Earth. Like,
Like, it's this tournament.
You
Every,
could probably you,
go,
you
go
could
ahead,
probably
Shrek.
get struck by lightning and win the lottery on the same day and still still have a better success rate than this
oh
World Cup of
god.
hockey getting completed.
Like, and I'm still skeptical because every time the tournament happens, the league always says we want to have it on a 2 to 4 year rotation, and I'm like, okay, I'll wait and see. I'll wait and
Yeah.
see.
Cause like wasn't the whole thing it was supposed to alternate with the Olympics?
Yeah,
Yes.
Hmm.
yes, because I remember
Suspicious.
because
How's that going for them?
Remember, these are league executives that are lawyers.
Hmm.
All those fancy books in their offices, and not one of them is a dictionary to know what alternate means.
like, come on, like I remember you'll probably remember in 2016 how they said how we want the next event to happen in 2018. That didn't happen.
2018 came, 2018 went. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and then they suggested maybe 2020, 2021. Didn't happen then.
The world was on fire.
Yep. It was. You're right, Marsha. It was. But still, okay, maybe we can get you that excuse for then. But why
No,
didn't
but
2018 happen?
still, no, like even though the world was on fire, the they still could have had a plan because it should have happened before the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And even when the world wasn't on as much fire, why wasn't the thing in 2023?
exactly.
like,
Exactly.
it's I don't like I say, gang. You know what? We get in 2028, cool. And I know the league already said our plan is for to have it happen again in 2032. I'm gonna
Okay.
sit back and go, okay, I will wait and see when that happens.
I'll put it in my calendar.
You may as well. I don't want yo, they might say 2032. We might not get it again until
It's actually
2055.
yeah, 35, 36. That's actually when it's gonna happen.
No, they'll add it as a feature in the 2K games before they actually do that again. You're gonna get Roman Reigns versus The Rock before you see that again.
Oh
like this it is just like it
no.
is
Okay,
just so
but here's the thing
yes,
though.
Marsha.
Because I just had this thought and I made
Mm.
myself really angry.
Uh-oh.
Because, okay, so the Olympics happened, and you know how many teams used that as an excuse to not do Black History Month programming?
Mm. Yep.
So now we're doing the World Cup of Hockey, which is league sanctioned and supervised and however you want to call it. And we decided, hey, instead of being preseason, we're gonna put it smack dab in the middle of the season, which is February. So 2028, are we gonna like black people or are we gonna forget black people?
Yo, yo,
Mark my
oh,
words.
even worse, yo, excuse now because this will be you will still technically be in operation during the World
Hmm.
Cup. So I don't want to hear no postponing nothing. You are still functioning during this tournament.
Thank you.
I don't care if the actual NHL teams are playing. Your players are still playing in an NHL sanctioned event in 2028. So I better see a whole lot of black content during this tournament.
Figure it out. You have 2 years.
Like, oh my yo, I thought. See, that was a good point, Marsh. I forgot about that. Yo, they better not try. They better not try that whole. Oh, we'll come back to it next year. Miss me with that.
You know damn well they're gonna be planning this tournament in December of 2027.
Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, remember that thing we thought of in 2026? That's like 2 weeks from now. What do we do?"
In the style of Fergie, let's play some hockey.
Holy smokes. And yo, and 2028, this is an era, yo, we might have again players like TJ Ginla stepping up, Kayshawn Aitchison stepping up, who might be on Team Canada by 2028 for all we know. So you know what? If these guys are out there, and who knows, maybe you get a bounce back here for Quentin Byfield, he can put some back on the radar again for a Team Canada. If that happens, you know what? Again, I don't want to hear no, we're delaying our black content. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Nah, 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 nah. Oh, but as we wrap things up here on third intermission, going from all that to a better note, the Toronto Scepters got a massive win over the Seattle Torrent as the Scepters stay in the hunt in the PWHL playoff race. It is again another year where things are tight among the I would say the top 6 teams right now in the P up. Things are tight, unfortunately for Seattle and Vancouver, expansion team, it happens. But you take a look at that battle for the final 4 spots. It's fun again as Toronto got a massive win, and time is taping to be playing against Boston on Tuesday night. So right now there's that logjam which the Scepters are hanging in tight in the league lead. So sorry, you Marsha, what are your thoughts on the Scepters getting a massive win against Seattle? Because right now time is taping. Gonna pull the league standings here. Oh,
Tied fourth with Ottawa still.
yes, that's been a battle all year
Oof.
long.
Oof.
Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. Again, I know it's only 11 games, 10, 9, between 9 and 11 games up between those 3 teams, but a
Hmm.
lot can still change when it comes to what's going on with Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto, Marsha.
Yes, you said it. You said it. It will be down to the wire for a lot because it is just so unpredictable because up until 2 games ago, Montreal was at the top. And right now they're in third. So like every game counts, every point counts. So you got to go out there, you got to play hard, play every minute, every second, um, because there's really like it's such a toss up right now. So I'm sure Toronto is really like trying to reel it in, um, because probably like when they came back from the Olympic break, it didn't look promising for a lot of fans. Um, Especially as they kind of felt like they were on a bit of a downward spiral.
Mm.
But, hard work takes you a long way. Yesterday's shutout really was a momentum shift. And if they can keep that upward trajectory as they go forward, I can see them hanging in there for that top four,
Yeah.
making that playoff push.
Of course, Reagan Kerr got her first shutout for the Scepters in that victory over Seattle, and this is a league in which I said before, this is a year of the goaltender in the PWHL. Toronto going up next against Boston against Aaron Frankel, who's just been absurd this year. Goals against average 1.38, 13 wins. She's been the rock for the Boston Fleet this year, Marsha.
Yes, she has. Like, stand on her head, brick wall. I don't know what other descriptor you can use, but like super, super solid. And her team rallies in front of her. So, like, yes, she has work to do, but she can focus on that because she knows she doesn't have to worry about any other like weird slip ups. She can be laser focused in her net. Um, and she's been super consistent the whole year round. Um, and that's been really cool to see coming from Erin.
In third most minutes, the most minutes in net has been Kale Osborne, New York Siren. She's been the
Mm.
leader for New York. Second is Gwen Phillips for Ottawa. And that is going to be a tough challenge for Toronto this year goes forward. And you know what? But it's interesting. Once again, the hopes of Toronto playoff hockey for a deep run lie at the hands of the Toronto Scepters. And at this rate, make the Scepters the number one team to watch in the postseason because they're actually they're actually winning playoff rounds.
You said it. Consistency is key, and they have the consistency. I don't know what to say. Let's just hope that doesn't end at the hands of atrocious Minnesota Frost. um, I have words. The words will not be said.
It is.
We will persevere because they're becoming the Boston
It is.
of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But yeah. It's okay. We move.
Oh my goodness! And Troy, so what are your thoughts, Troy, on the Scepters being that team that's gone out in the past since their inception? They've gone out and like I said, they've come out and they've been that premier team of Toronto hockey since their inception. Troy.
Well, somebody at MLSE better be taking notes because that's how you play hockey. Plain and simple, to the point.
Yeah.
Well, like every team experiences ups and downs. Like they have been, in my opinion, nothing short of consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's it's a shame that they're not the talk of the town because they are doing better than the Maple Leafs. So hopefully, making the playoffs and a deep playoff run will get their names in the mouths of more people and get more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Because this Leaf season needs to end. Focus on a team that's doing something. Focus on a team that's good.
Mm-hmm. And of course, speaking of the Septers, they're led in scoring by Daryl Watts, who missed the last game against Seattle due to injury, leading Toronto with 15 points this season. And Marsha, you mentioned the Minnesota Frost, the team that, for a lot of people in women's hockey, has become the villains of the PWHL. They're the team that people love to put into the villain role. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
The Frost are a team, they're deep, they're consistent in the scoring. You look up right now, in the top five players in scoring the PW, I see
Yeah.
Minnesota. You got Kelly Panic, 18 points. Britta Curl
Yeah.
Salemi, 19 points. And Taylor Heisey, who was a great interview, by the way. Taylor Heisey is
Mm-hmm.
awesome. 21 points, 6 goals, 15 assists. That Minnesota Frost attack is no joke.
Mm-hmm. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Um, but also like you can tone it down like 5 notches. We don't gotta be so like it's not WWE on ice. Like it's hockey. You can play the hockey,
Oh, man.
you know?
And I think I can mention the one player we in our group, one player whenever I mean, people in hockey know it's Britta Curl, who has again had another dangerous hit, this
Hmm.
time injuring Michaela Grant Mentes in their game against Seattle when Minnesota last played.
Not
And
my Brampton icon.
Britta Curl again, I think like, I mean, we've seen how she can be problematic. We've seen the content that she is like before when it comes to um liking on social media, anti-trans content. We've seen her multiple times on ice, dangerous hits, reckless hits, being suspended, fined, and she is the second highest scorer on the Frost team. But you understand why some people in women's hockey are not a fan of her play, don't like her. You understand it, Marsha.
Too rough. Too rough. And for no reason. Like how you like so many penalty minutes? So many? Like from last season,
Mm-hmm.
24. 24 penalty minutes in the regular season. In the playoffs, 7 games played, 15 penalty minutes. Like, why? Okay, Radko Gudis.
I
What
was
are we
just gonna
doing?
say she like. I was just gonna say she like the Radko Gudas slash Tom Wilson of the PWHL.
Yeah, I would say like yeah. I would say it's more than Tom Wilson because she is far more.
She's
She's skilled.
scores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is a player who can lead your team in scoring. She's very skilled. That's
Oh, so she's one of those habitual line steppers like those Cybertruck brothers.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
but Tom Wilson's a cool person.
Yeah, yeah, I give Tom Wilson that. Yeah.
He waved to me in Yorkdale, so like he's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Tom Wilson's a habitual line stepper, but like he's not a dick about
On the ice.
it.
On the ice. In the real world, great guy. Great guy.
Yeah.
Good girl.
I mean, like I said, I mean, there was a whole article on her Twitter likes and all that. So if you know,
You
you
know?
know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. But yes, like you're saying, it is gonna be a tight battle for the final four playoff spots in the PWHL. And you know what's funny is that people are saying, I saw a few tweets before we wrap things up here on Twitter, how a few comments saying how, oh, the PWHL shouldn't expand until they get their stuff in order. And I agree. There's still some things that the PWHL has to get in order, but the amount of talent who is coming out of college hockey who's ready to explode. We
Mhm.
don't. I mean, this league has no choice but to expand next year and the year forward. I mean, again, we saw the amount of college talent was playing on Canada and the USA and other international teams. This league needs more players because the last thing I want to see is what we see in the WNBA, where you have first round picks who are being cut because there's no
Mhm.
room for them. Absolutely, you don't want to
Exactly.
see. And the WNBA had to expand. The PW has to get beyond 8 teams for next year, y'all.
No, you're right. You can't get to a point your pool outgrows the space that you have. Like you need to grow before that number gets too large. There needs to be some sort of balance. Like yes, the league still has a lot of growing to do, but I think that can be done in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
And that change can kind of come along with it. If you have the right people in charge, then they can see those patterns and they can see what needs to be done and really utilize those off seasons in a way where you can actually put forth what needs to be done in terms of making the league successful.
No, totally, totally. And of course, we're gonna get news soon when it comes to expansion. The leading sentiment is that it's gonna be 4 teams coming in for next year for the PWHL's new season. We said before on this show, it's probably the front runners are going to be most likely Edmonton and Denver. Other markets in the mix: Halifax, Hamilton is in the mix as well too. Chicago, Pittsburgh. But now I gotta admit, in general, and this could be for both you, Marsha and Troy. How much fun would it be to have a battle of Toronto and Hamilton in the P-Dub next year?
That'd be really exciting. Something new, something
Mm.
fresh. Get people to use the go a little bit more. There would be more frequent service. Excuse for First Ontario to get a little bit more love. Cardi B won't complain as much. I don't know who told her to go to Hamilton instead of going to Montreal. Someone on her team fumbled, but I digress. But yes, no, it would be super, super cool. Because like it's something extra because like yeah, we've got CFL team
Mhm.
in Hamilton. Like give them something else. There are a lot of really cool people in Hamilton, really cool, fun sports fans, and Like I know a lot of people in Toronto would probably do the travel
Yeah.
for for the game, and like it would be a good, like really good weird sports line if you can do a weird alignment of games for like get people to love The Rock again, do a lacrosse hockey thing and do a combo ticket with lacrosse and the P Dub. And like I'm just getting weird and innovative here, but like Oakville to Hamilton to, do something along that line and try to get people engaged and go out that way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Troy, how would you feel about having a Toronto Hamilton battle if we do get that next year in the P Dub?
I think a Toronto Hamilton battle would actually be pretty good. Like Marsha said, like we do Ticats and Argos all the time. Switch it up a little bit. Let's do some hockey down there. Um, it does get people moving. It gets people talking. Um, and it'll start using like the city resources, like Marsha said, like it'll get people on the go, so like you don't have to necessarily take your car. Um, I think if you bring it to places where it's not normally played, like or in cities where it's not normally played, you again like you get more eyes on the product, and then much like it'll have the same effect as like the takeover tours, where it's like let's see if the city is viable to actually maintain a team here.
Mhm.
Um, I think the PW would allow a Hamilton team before the Leafs allow a secondary team in their region. Because if the Thepters can do it and pull it off with Hamilton without saying, "Oh, you're too close. You're going to infringe on our money making ability," then that whole excuse that MLSD has been giving us for years goes right out the window.
Yeah. And I mean, it does help the
Mhm.
fact that let's help the fact it's still on one ownership group that owns all the teams. But you're right. Yeah, that's more likely there'll be no argument over, oh yeah, the territory rights. It won't be a thing in the PW
Yeah.
like it much is in the NHL. Oh, all right. So I'll wrap things up here on third intermission. Troy, Marsha, any final thoughts before we sign off for the night?
Stay warm.
Don't put your winter jacket away yet, or your
Mm-hmm.
shovel, or the
Get
salt
some
if you have
salt.
any.
Yo, we were saying earlier, Troy, we're going through fall spring in this country. You don't get fooled by fall spring.
Listen, it's okay to put the winter jacket away when you see construction in full swing.
Exactly. We've moved on from false spring to construction. That's the other season.
Mm-hmm.
It's just winter and construction.
Yes.
So that's all it is in Toronto, in Ontario, just winter and construction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they gotta get moving on all these potholes, man.
Oh
These
my
rides are
gosh,
getting
they're
rough.
so bad. They're so
yo,
bad.
yeah, that's I was gonna say, yo. Now it's pothole discussion. Now that the Edmonton subway's up and running, now they can't be a joke anymore.
I know. I know. To be fair though, Eglinton's a pretty smooth ride for a good portion of it.
Okay,
It's
only
really
for
nice.
okay. Okay, see,
Keel's
see.
Keel's terrible. Keel terrible. Dufferin terrible. Jane terrible.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh my gosh. Anyways, with that being said, thank y'all again for tapping in to 3IP. For Troy, Marsha, I'm Avery. Thank you allowing us for us to grace space in between your head top. Until next time, drink your water, mind your business. We're gone. Deuces.